Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Roll2Pose podcast, your domain for dorkdom. Today we've got Lunchbox,
Ibby,
Bearded Fury,
the Scruffy MC,
the Power Nerd,
and we've got quite a bit to talk about today. Welcome back, and let's go ahead and get rolling. Alrighty. So, what's everybody up to for the past 2 weeks? Anybody?
Lots. It sounds like
anybody.
I think that we could go over the Suicide Girls Burlesque Tour.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Since we all went to that, it was amazing.
except for me.
I
I didn't go.
Well,
The only people that matter.
the most of us went.
I'd like to say that hurt my feelings, but I don't have any feelings left to hurt.
So the burlesque show covered different things they poked fun at: Adventure Time, Clockwork Orange, many things. Zelda.
Yeah.
What was your favorite?
So the thing that set the whole entire tone for the night was the first thing that happened.
Oh yeah.
All of the girls came out wearing kigurumis.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm home. I love these girls so goddamn much.
Yeah, striptease and kigurumis has got to be the cutest thing I've ever fucking seen.
It was so great. So great.
It was awesome.
It was so good. But, yeah, that basically set the tone for the night, and then it just kind of went into a bunch of different things. They did Michael Jackson's Thriller. They did Clockwork Orange. They did... What's the name of that freaking thing? The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, they did
Star Wars.
which
Yeah,
was...
they wrapped the whole show up with Star Wars.
The
It was
Little
like
Mermaid.
a 15-minute thing.
I saw the pictures of the Star Wars. That was...
Little Mermaid was good.
It was just good from start to finish. The
was so
DJ was gorgeous, and
Oh, the DJ.
she is from Denver,
The DJ.
which is cool.
I was so jealous. I'm just sitting there, just like doing homework, like I didn't know that about Singapore, and then I get a text like, "Wow, look at that ass."
I was sending him booty pictures because luckily I was in the front,
Yeah.
and since I was the girl in front, I kept getting touched the
Yep.
whole night. Ended
sure
the night
did.
with the meeting. Then,
You might want to elaborate.
well, they rubbed
they-
my face.
They
and
touched me.
They did a Game of Thrones one, and I just remember I was turning around talking to somebody, and all of a sudden this voice in my ear went, "Hey," and I was just like, "Oh!" And she was on stage just like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was just like, "Huh."
Lots of nut butter. Lots of nut butter.
But they were awesome. They were very down-to-earth women, super just off the norm, just all tattooed, curvy, skinny, doesn't matter. And
All body
I've
types.
always loved that about the Suicide Girls.
It was awesome.
And we
they
met
were-
them.
Yeah, they were extremely nice.
Yeah.
Every single one of them was more than willing to just sit around and talk with you and
Take a
stuff,
picture.
take pictures. It was great.
The Brazilian chick had the baddest body, though.
Oh my god.
Brazilian
All
was
of them.
Princess Leia.
She did
and
Slave
she-
Leia.
She
Yeah.
is
That
an
was probably
actual,
my favorite.
She's an actual dancer.
Yep. She's an actual dancer.
She's been dancing for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Listeners, you can't hear it, but part of me just died on the inside.
I mean, I think one of my favorite parts besides watching was listening to Jessie behind me. And listening to, like, the giggle, the high-pitched giggle, and the, "Oh, God."
So it's like being in the same room when he's watching Good Eats.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I would have been incredibly uncomfortable being within 15 feet of you.
It made
Yeah.
me so
right.
happy. It was so funny. He would just be, like, randomly out of nowhere, like, my dreams have come true.
all of them being realized.
It was so amazing.
That's what happens when Jesse starts drinking.
I was just trying to keep my distance from your friend's butt. I was just like, whoa,
The thickness.
whoa, the thickness. I need you to keep a bubble about 3 feet. If you come any closer, I'm going to just try to get in there real quick and see what happens.
Yeah, I drank a lot.
Yeah, it was awesome.
We all drank quite a bit, except for David. I wouldn't let him. Although you did have a couple.
I did have a couple. I did enjoy myself.
We had a lot of fun.
I want to get you drunk one day.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of work.
Because I've never seen you drunk before.
Because it's
it takes so
disgusting.
much.
Oh man, that's a goal. Well, if you haven't seen Blackheart Burlesque Show, it is right now in New York City, and it's continuing on its tour almost every night.
It's a lot of fun, yes, it is a burlesque show, and it is a naughty burlesque show, but it's a lot of fun for all you nerds out there. They reference a lot of really cool stuff, and I mean, booty.
Yeah,
booty
it's
and
like your nerdy
bodies.
Nerd orgy.
Yeah.
Spreading boners nationwide.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We had a blast.
For boys and girls, obviously.
Oh, obviously, yeah. They're a lot of fun. So we did that. That was great. But the sweet little couple, you guys went to prom.
Well, we did go to prom. But first of all, I got 100% on my math test, but let's talk about prom. Yeah.
Woo!
I know. I'm good at math.
What the math?
It was math. It was algebraic.
Okay.
Oh.
But nobody cares about that. We went to prom.
Yeah, you did.
Dressed up fancy. I wore a suit and I got
Where
my
was
hair.
prom, guys?
It was at the Sports Authority Field.
That's right, it was.
Woo! Home of the Denver Broncos.
The greatest part was that me and Alex really don't give a crap about football.
That's alright, we already played on
we
that
took
field.
pictures and people posted how jealous they were.
I care about my fantasy football team.
We care about fantasy football, that's true. And
It is so
Manning's
hard
on my
being
team.
friends with you guys like this.
Seriously.
Hey, we gotta touch the field.
Oh, we touched
Stuff.
it.
No, but you don't care. What difference does it make?
It was cool.
Yeah. This old man with the worst jokes named Curly took us on a tour.
Yeah, he was so cute.
He was adorable. He took us we weren't allowed in the Broncos locker room, but he took us to the opponent's locker room. He's like, you see how this place is set up? This is where the offense is, this is where the defense is. We keep them separate so that way they can't communicate. Mm-hmm. And he was just like the most animated old man.
Yeah, it's like we make them feel very unwelcome.
Good.
It's like,
So-
thanks, Curly.
Did they let you guys use the bathrooms? Because I would have desecrated that place before I left.
Not like the locker room
The
bathrooms,
locker
no.
room
Oh.
to the Denver Broncos is
Well, that's lame.
huge, and it has like 2 big pools.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
2 hot tubs. Curly was like, they could fit the entire team in those 2 tubs if they wanted to. It was just like, I can just imagine that's how the Broncos celebrate winning the game. Everybody into the tub, guys.
You don't speak ill about the Denver Broncos on
I'm
this
not.
podcast.
I'm saying they like to celebrate.
You shut the hell up.
I will.
Lions fan.
I mean,
Go Cowboys.
Alright.
it doesn't like a
Anyways.
bunch of boiling wieners.
Boiling sausages.
No, but it was fun. It was for
It was awesome.
it was for the Stephanie's work actually, Massage Envy ball.
It was my appreciation
Gala.
party.
And yeah, massage therapists are some colorful people.
Yeah, if you want to see the most colorful people of any town, get all the therapists together.
There was this lady with a silver blonde frohawk. And I was just like, I saw her and I was just like, oh my god, where's Stephanie? I have to find her. I was like, remember that episode of the Mighty Boosh with the extreme sports calendar model?
Yeah, that's exactly
The
what he
extreme
said.
sports calendar model. I was like, we gotta fucking find her. It's
He was
her.
like searching around the whole place, and finally he's all, hey, she's to your left. And I look, and I'm just like, wow, she's really buff. That's pretty good. There were a few
That's
trannies.
awesome.
It was awesome.
There are trannies?
Yeah, I would just wanted so bad to go up to the bar while they're there and just be like, so where do you work? Which location are you at? Do you get to wear this wig while you work? This woman was
Man,
10 feet tall in heels. She was 7 foot tall.
it was this overweight guy in a red dress and a blonde wig, and as soon as I saw her, I was like, wow, Jessica Rabbit really let herself go.
Oh, gross.
I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't care what you are, but it's just like,
I
if a
believe
chick
Alex-
walked in and I felt this boner on my elbow, I would be pissed.
Walking up the urinal, excuse me, ma'am, your balls are in my pocket.
It'd be even worse than that.
Oh my
God.
god.
Hot woman walks into the bathroom, walks up to the urinal next to you.
Sucks up.
Man,
How's it hanging, bro?
I've got a story. I did that. No, it was a short story, sorry. I was dressed up as a sexy nurse at this dance we were having at the Renaissance Festival Funky Formal. And it was the campground director, the guy who like runs the campground, and he was just giving me the look all night. You know, the look is just like, yeah. It was just like, this guy doesn't even know. It was like, he thinks that I'm a hot chick. And I walked up, I was like, hey, handsome. It was great.
Gross.
I still tease him about that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. But other than that, we finally played D&D again.
After like a month and a half.
Finally.
Yeah.
That
was a
good
bad,
times.
That was a bad dungeon master.
God, I wish you could have came home with us.
Whoa!
Because Alex was cracking me up because I didn't drink at all, and you guys were pretty drunk by the end of the night.
What do you mean, you guys? I had a beer and a half.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then him and his brother.
I was so mad all night.
I had a beer and a half of the rest of the keg.
He was like, I failed as a dungeon master. And I'm like, no, you did okay. He's like, no, I let you down. And by the end of the night, like, he's just, I'm so tired. And he's just like, well, listen, so what was supposed to happen is blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, uh-huh. And I just woke up, like, midway, and he's like, right? I'm like, right.
Stephanie, you gotta stay awake for those things.
Yeah, you missed so many drunken dungeon master secrets.
I know.
We could have gone back and found secret doors and all kinds of stuff, and we would have been able to know what to do next because we're obviously retarded and don't know.
No, he was sad as a dungeon master he said he told us what to do too much.
I destroyed the illusion of choice and told you guys were doing it wrong.
Oh, you held the group's hand. You shouldn't hold the group's hand.
I know I shouldn't, but...
That was the first time, and he didn't really, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, okay, so throughout this point, up to this point in the story, we've had pretty much a set amount of goals. Like, we're just like, okay, so we know what we have to do next. Because it was only a one-town kind of thing. Like, it was a two-town kind of game at this point. And we were just like, okay, we know what we need to do next. So we went ahead and did that. And we're just like, oh, but I heard about a little snippet of this. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. And we go to this next area and we do that really fast. And then we go back to the same area. And it's like, we just kept doing like the same thing over and over and over again until we finished that part of the story. And it was like, okay, now you have to go to the next big city. We go to the next big city, and we're completely fucking lost. We're just like, so this guy's a really bad guy. I don't want to do anything for him.
I know, I was like, you know what? I held their hands through sluice, and I told them what to do. I'm going to send them to the city and have them find everything out for themselves. Worst idea.
Well, okay, so, every time we play D&D, we get extremely drunk.
Drunken dragons.
Drunken and dragons, yes.
Yes, drunkards and dragons. So we do that, so that kind of messes with our ideas of what we should be doing.
Then it makes me a really drunk dungeon master.
Yeah,
like, you guys want what? The quest reward is supposed... I think I have it written down for like 15,000. You guys have 100,000 gold. Yeah.
The richest people in the world.
Yeah, we have so much gold.
Oh, that's how I got my shotgun sword in your Fallout campaign.
Yep.
The best weapon ever.
Get Alex the Dungeon Master drunk, and I'll give you whatever you want. You guys beat the game. I'm going to bed.
You win.
I'm too drunk for this.
But
$1 million gold, you win. You win the game.
But yeah, that's pretty much how that went. Like we fought a lot. Like the players really just couldn't get on the same wavelength. And I blame us for that, not you. So
yeah,
don't worry about
you.
that.
Okay.
That was
half of us was like, yeah, let's continue storyline and narrate things, and then the other half was like, let's fucking fight shit.
Friggin' playing with Chuck is hard. He's just like, we've been talking for like 4 hours now, and everyone else is just having such a great time. Like, I love the culture of this city, and Chuck is just like, what the hell? Like, I haven't fired my bow since we started playing. I'm not having a good time. And he'll say it like that, too.
This proves my theory that every group has one. If I'm not there, another one will show up.
If it's not Josiah, it's somebody else.
You walk into the most beautiful city you've ever seen. Cool, can I kill shit now?
Really? Do I see anything with a target on it?
You know what
Can I go to the bar and fight somebody at least?
Do you know what that is? lack of imagination.
No, it's not lack of imagination.
It's playing the character you like to play.
Yes.
I suppose that too.
I think
But we
it's-
never had that issue with Chuck. Chuck was the guy that would stay back and talk to people for freaking hours.
It was this time around. Because usually he likes to talk.
Yeah, and it was just weird.
Well, there's nights that when we all play, I'll get together and I'll be the only one that wants to talk to people, and everyone else is like, screw this town, let's burn the buildings down and pillage everything. And I'm like, now, guys,
Pirates!
we can
talk
about
this out. No, we can't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe he was just having that one of, I'm the guy that always talks, and now I want to kill stuff.
Things, yeah.
I'm used to fighting stuff now. I just want to fight stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was fun. We had a blast. My character is so badass, it hurts.
He's working on a Iron Man suit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great. He has powered armor and monkey grip, so he can use a tower shield and a two-handed hammer.
It's terrifying.
It's so good.
Dude, yeah, you invented this move last time where it's like, the weapon has boomerang on it, so you throw it and it hits something and it returns to you, and he's like, I got like 3 attacks, I'm gonna throw it and I'm gonna fire a pistol and then I'm gonna catch the hammer on the return. I'm just like, alright, yeah, you guys are officially superheroes. I've done my job.
So wait, it's a combination
I'm so
between
sad.
my character and your character from the Fallout campaign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't you remember? Because
I
he
had the
that
magical wrench.
The magic wrench of returning, yeah.
Yeah.
that even worked when I threw it that one time.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was so
We should
good.
start playing that again.
This is...
This is the Fallout campaign.
What?
You
There's-
didn't know that?
There's
No.
ghouls.
Yeah.
They ran into a bunch of ghouls. Well,
You dick started this again without me?
Yes.
it's the
We told
Fallout
you all
campaign
about
except
it.
for...
No, you didn't.
That was
Yes,
when
we
you were
did. He
working.
sent you a freaking story. Did you not read it?
I read like half of it.
You know what's sad? I think I was the first one to read it, and I didn't even get invited to play.
Oh,
Just saying.
Alex, you're the
Just
What do you... I'll switch
saying.
out guest stars.
I'm just saying.
Anyways,
Just throwing it out there.
you know what we should do? One of y'all should be Dungeon Masters, and we should play Roll2Pose Dungeons and Dragons.
We should. We should definitely do that.
That way we
plan
can-
it out.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be the dungeon.
That way we can always have like a 10-minute segment where we're just like, on this episode of Roll2Pose Dungeons and Dragons.
If I were the dungeon master, it would just be like, alright, here's all my ideas.
Fairies!
I'd be like, what do I do now?
No, Stephanie's so adorable. It'd be like, you know what? Well, fairies, but I've been reading a lot of H.P. Lovecraft, and it's fishmen fairies.
No way.
I already like this game. Like, what's going through my head right now? I want to play this.
I'm pretty creepy though. I might be whatever.
Too creepy. A
But
dungeon
I'm
master?
pretty- yeah, I might
No
be
such
pretty
thing.
creepy.
No
I'm-
such thing.
I'm kind of imagining it's like role-playing a game through the Salad Fingers videos.
Oh my god.
That'll be my character. I will be Salad Fingers.
It's already been
No.
done.
Yep, we've done it.
It would be like
Oh.
Pan's Labyrinth meets something.
I already like
So you're
this
gonna
idea.
get Guillermo del Toro to help you
Yeah.
fight your
Guillermo del Toro is,
Guillermo
as a
del
dungeon
Toro
master.
is always.
I would pay
I
more.
was gonna say
Yeah,
in me.
yeah.
I meant like
Wait,
inspirationally.
what?
I was gonna say
You
Guillermo
heard
del
her.
Toro is inside me always, but I meant it like inspirationally.
It came out really good. Speaking of Guillermo del Toro, we went and saw The Book of Life, and it was really good.
Oh,
Yeah?
that's so good.
Yeah, have you guys like seen
I
previews for
haven't
it?
seen previews for it. When you guys said something about it, I was like, what the heck is that?
I have. I totally forgot what it was until you guys reminded me what it was. And
I'll
I
probably
totally-
watch a preview. I'll probably watch a preview and then be like, oh.
that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to be like, oh, that's what this movie was.
I wanted to see that.
That's the
Too
guy
bad
who-
it's not in theaters.
The
anymore.
guy who dies, and then there's a skeleton trying to get his love back.
Yeah,
It's a little cartoon.
yeah.
It's-
And like, I understand, it's
Oh.
totally a kid's movie. Like, I totally would have forgotten about it too, but I'm completely enamored
Yeah,
by
who cares about
Mexican
that?
culture, especially like Dia de la Muerta.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all based
and the
on.
art in it is beautiful. Yeah,
Oh,
like
that
Day of the Dead,
movie.
that brings it back, right?
Yes, okay. With, what's his name? Ice Cube.
Ice Cube,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube's in it, he's hilarious. Fucking, Channing Tatum
Channing Tatum
is in
plays
it, and
the,
he's hilarious. Channing Tatum is slowly starting to become like an actor that I really like. Like, I'm not saying...
The boy crush.
No, I'm not saying like, what is it, Magic Mike?
Magic Mike.
I'm not saying like that. I'm saying like, this is the end.
Why was that the first movie that came to mind, Alex?
Because that's the first movie I knew
Sausage
him
flopping.
being in. I was
Alex.
just like, I don't like this.
G.I. Joe.
Alex, this is a safe place. You can tell us anything. We won't judge you.
What
They
about,
tried, no, Stephanie and her sister tried to make me watch Magic Mike, and I was
What
just
about
like, this
G.I.
movie makes me
Joe?
feel uncomfortable.
I never saw G.I. Joe,
I don't either.
unfortunately. I wanted to. I remember seeing
21
the preview.
Jump Street?
21 Jump Street was bad.
It was hilarious.
It was bad.
I hate that
that was
little,
funny.
I
I thought it
hate
was
that
funny as
little
hell.
fat ass. What's his name?
What? What's
What's his name?
Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill, I hate him.
You know, nobody
Why?
liked him when he was fat, and then he got skinny, and nobody liked him when he was skinny, so now he's fat again, and nobody likes him. This guy can't fucking win.
I think he's funny.
I love Jonah Hill. I think he's hilarious.
So do I.
I like Jonah Hill, but I
But
did
then
not
again,
like that movie.
you two are not fat, so you don't get it. And Josiah
No.
hates
What, are you
everything.
being-
Wait. Don't put me with him. I like Jonah Hill.
Don't put me with her, I'm fat. I'm trying.
You're not
Joy-
fat.
No. You know how they say there's a skinny person inside every fat person trying to get out? He's the opposite way. He's a skinny person with a fat guy in the inside trying to work his way out.
I like
Yeah.
food.
No, I like Jonah Hill. I like Jonah Hill, but that movie sucked.
Nah.
But anyways,
The sequel was pretty good, too.
Channing Tatum, 22 Jump Street. I
Yeah.
didn't even
You
give
like
it.
it?
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
Why?
That I just thought we would be on the same page.
It reminds me a lot of
I feel like I don't know you anymore.
that movie with Marky Mark and the awkward guy that plays the same guy in every single movie.
Transformers?
Will Ferrell.
The other guys.
Yeah, other guys. That movie was so good, and
Haven't seen
21
it.
Jump Street was basically that in high school. It was perfect. Have you ever seen The Other Guys?
Nope.
You have to see that movie. It's so funny.
Okay.
Probably the only movie I can say I liked Will Ferrell in since the first Anchorman.
Oh. Sorry.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways, Channing Tatum is Joaquin in the story, and he's like trying to be the hero of the town, and every time he does something heroic, he'll yell his name. He's like, Joaquin! It's so funny. Like, I kind of expected, like, I'm gonna watch this, I'm gonna enjoy it for the art, Guillermo del Toro made it, he's gonna have some cool monsters or
Yeah.
whatever. But it actually, like, had me laughing. It was a really
It
good
was
movie.
hilarious.
Yeah. Like, it was a kid's movie, like, don't get me wrong.
Well, yeah.
But it was a really good
It
kids
was
movie.
very magical. And the artwork, it was a lot like Modica, is what I said.
Monica Magica?
Yeah, like the background with the witches.
The background, yeah, that made sense.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be 3D. It
Yeah.
was like as if you watched Monica
It
3D.
reminds-
I could see that from the commercials and stuff that I've seen. I
It
kinda got
reminds
that
me
feel
more
from it.
of Little Big Planet.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
definitely.
Yeah,
I can see that.
That would be a good one too.
Yeah. Which was awesome, and I can't wait for the third one to come out
Did
because I
anybody
have a
ever
PlayStation 4
figure
and I'm so
out-
happy.
This is completely off topic, yes or no answer. Did anybody ever find out how to rob the bank? Underneath the bank in Little Big Planet?
No.
Me neither.
I've tried it out for hours.
We got close that
We
one
got
night,
really close, though.
but
we
then
ran
I
out
blew
of
myself
bombs.
up.
We ran out of bombs.
Yeah, I blew myself up, and then we had to start over, and everybody was shit-faced, so we did something else.
But they're coming out with Little Big Planet 3? I didn't even
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to be so good. It comes out as a simulcast, so you can get it for the PlayStation 4, and then you can play it on your Vita while you're on the go.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like Destiny.
think I might actually have to pick up a Vita.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to as well.
What does a Vita?
The PS Vita. It's kind of like the PSP, which I had one back in the day, loved it, was mad that it didn't get the support that it should have.
Yeah.
PSP games were bad.
That's what I meant by it didn't get the support that it
Oh,
should have.
okay.
It had like 4 good games.
Vita is
And they're all
PlayStation?
like tactics games.
Yeah, there was the remake of Final Fantasy Tactics.
Remember? That was good. But
Yeah.
it's like, that's the only reason I played my PSP was for Final Fantasy Tactics.
And then there was a bunch of Metal Gear Solid games that came out for it that were a lot
Peace
of fun.
Walker.
What?
Yeah, Peace
Mobile
Walker.
They were
Ops 1
fun?
and
Wasn't that the
2.
one where you have to
Yeah, it
like
was a
knock
lot
down
of
the
fun.
doors and draw cards?
No, that was Acid, and those games were fun too.
Acid was actually okay.
Dude, I don't like games like that normally, and I had a blast with those games.
Yeah. I liked Acid a lot.
The stories were
Not
boring
the drug.
as shit, though.
I liked Acid a lot too. Mix it with some other drugs. Listen to some music.
Anyways,
Eat some Fruity Pebbles.
speaking of portable gaming, one other thing that I did this week, or last week was I broke down and I bought a new game for my DS. After playing so many demos, by the way, I can't do Bravely Default. Like, the art style just doesn't grab me like it does for some people.
The story was really good, though.
I've heard nothing but good things about the story. Square Enix hit that one out of the park, but I'm just...
The art style
can't
was
do
kind of iffy for me in spots, but it was like, if you could have sucked it up and kept playing for the story, you would have...
Oh, I'm sure I would have really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I get that, not being able to look at a game no matter how good the story is. I get that.
Yeah, and it's like the art style is like a chibi anime art style throughout the game.
You like chibi anime?
I like chibi anime, but it's a very extremely vague chibi anime.
Oh, and there's one thing that I do have to say.
Facial expressions are really bland.
Since you did pick up the game that you did, suck it. I told you this game was going to be good, and it took you fucking long enough.
It took me way too long.
It looks
so
awesome.
this is one of the games that stayed on the back catalog for far too long. Finally picked up Fire Emblem Awakening, and I've been playing the hell out of it.
I told him, 6 months ago?
Yeah, when it first came out, I asked you, I was like, I know you picked this game up.
Yeah, because I actually bought it on release day.
Yeah, and I was just like, I know you picked this game up because I know how much you like the series, but this will be the first one I pick up. Will I enjoy it? He said, well, did you like Final Fantasy Tactics? I said, yeah, for the most part, yeah. He was just like, then you're going to absolutely freaking love this game.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then I never picked it up because I'm an idiot.
And I saw like gameplay trailers. I actually looked it up.
Gorgeous.
And dude, it looks like Final Fantasy Tactics.
It's gorgeous.
IMO, Final Fantasy Tactics was the best Final Fantasy game ever made.
Agreed.
Yeah. I will agree with that. But
yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's on the DS, so of course it's going to be a little bit bogged down from the hardware on that.
Not really. I thought it ran
But
fantastic.
It runs quick. It doesn't have those little parts in the game where it slows down because of animation.
Yeah, even with the 3D turned on, there's no lag.
It's gorgeous through and through.
Like Pokemon
And
had
the tactics are so in depth and beautiful. I just love it. It's a lot of fun.
Pokemon had that problem with the 3D. If you turned it on, the animations would lag. This game didn't have that.
Yeah, but I mean they jam packed a lot in the new Pokemon game.
And they have downloadable units for Fire Emblem. I don't know if
I connected to the internet and looked at some of the stuff that they had on there. I already took all of the weapons.
Is it free then?
Yeah,
you can just download that.
All that stuff is free.
Wow.
Yeah, you can download. I think it's either the major characters or the major and secondary characters from every Fire Emblem game.
Yep.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a lot of fun.
And it's all free?
It's all free, yeah. The downloadable content, on the other hand, is $2 or $3. Like the extra...
See, I didn't buy that, but I heard it was worth...
The extra storyline and stuff like that you can do in the middle.
They did, what is it, an extra 10 missions in the middle of the game?
Yep.
For $2 or $3?
Yep.
It wasn't out when I had the game.
Yeah.
And I got rid of it before it came out.
No, I'm just... my mind's blown that it's $2 or $3.
But one of the main reasons why I chose this game over the other games that I was thinking about picking up was because I wanted to have something to do while I was on the bike at the gym. And I was just like, this game doesn't take too much movement, so I can actually do whatever I need to do and still be able to do tactics and stuff.
I'm gonna see Jesse on gym meme fails here shortly.
Why? Because I play video games while I'm on the treadmill?
video games while trekking through the woods on the treadmill.
Nerd accidentally gets on real bike, ends up downtown in pond.
Screw you, David. I need
Also
something
a
to do
wheelchair.
that.
No, seriously, that's the best way to work out. If you
I used to watch anime when I went on the
That's
bike, dude.
different,
I don't.
though.
No, it's not.
I watched anime while doing cardio.
Oh,
But since
you don't do it, it makes it weird.
Game.
says the guy who
Man,
put
fuck
the.
you.
I'm sorry, but your post today was pretty gay. Or was it yesterday? It was all about the.
All about that.
What was it? It was a parody of All About the Bass. I'm all about that.
Oh, that was awesome! You guys are haters.
What does it say?
Oh my
I didn't
god!
see it.
All about
No
the
rebels.
Hold on.
All about those lifts, no treadmills.
Yeah, I'm all about the weights.
All about the weights, no treadmills.
I'm all about the weights.
Wait, that was a reference to
No
something?
treadmill.
It's all about the bass song.
Just
I hadn't actually heard
it's
that
not
song
good.
until recently.
It's not good. Don't worry about it.
So I should feel happy that I'm out of the loop on
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of
Yeah.
those really crappy loops to be in, like the
It's a
the
crappy
Kesha.
loop song. I
the
mean, that's all it
Kesha.
is. It's probably two lines.
It's the stupidest.
It's like being in the Kesha.
song.
It's two
Ever.
lines over and over. I mean, as far as I can tell, it's pretty
Uh,
bad. And then people will
It's
get it stuck in your
4
head.
lines.
'Cause I'm
All about that.
Wow,
That
you,
bass.
Jesse, you clearly watched your Sesame Street as a child. Counting
Because
up
I'm
to
all
4.
about them weights, no treadmills. That's actually really
I
good as a
like that
reference,
version.
but I don't know, that song's
But yeah,
a poop.
anyways, to get back to what we were talking about. Or what I was talking about before I got rudely interrupted by terrible music.
All about the Fire Emblem.
But I picked up Fire Emblem over the other games that I picked up for that specific reason. And the other 2 games were, of course, Bravely Default, which I'll probably end up picking up anyways once I'm done with this game, which
You
is going to
should.
take forever because I'm sure I'm going to play it like 3 times. But the other game I was going to pick up was Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS.
Do it. Why haven't you yet?
I picked up the demo. I need to get the second stick because it's too hard to do power moves.
I didn't know that you had to buy extra sticks for...
No, you don't have to. You don't have to buy another stick. It's just, it makes the power moves, like your up, down, left, and right power moves, makes that a lot easier. It's
Oh,
like
it's the
C
one button
stick.
thing. Okay, yeah.
It's like the C stick on
that
the
makes that
GameCube.
game... That's when I got good at that game.
Yeah,
And I was
when
like,
that
there's a
happens-
whole other pad on the GameCube controller that I could just be using this whole time?
Yeah, and basically, it's once you have that, the game's pretty much ruined for you. You have to do that for the quick moves.
Yeah.
But still, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's everything that I wanted the 3DS version to be, and then some. I'll tell you this: Mega Man is the most wonky character in this game.
In Star Wars.
And no, in
Mega
Super
Man in
Smash
Star
Brothers-
Wars is a crazy character.
No, in Super Smash Brothers, it's actually
Spoilers
he plays.
in the new movie.
You know, actually, sorry to interrupt real quick. You know, Mega Man actually wouldn't be that weird of a character to be in Star Wars.
Nah, wouldn't be that weird.
Besides the fact that he's Mega Man.
No, that could work.
I just had an image flash through my head of Darth Vader in a spaceship, like, dropping things with anyways.
Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
No, even better.
better.
Instead of the probe droid on Hoth, it's those little helmeted bastards. Just like the pod comes down and lands, and then millions of those little helmeted fuckers climb out of the pod. It's like, well. No,
Don't
I don't
worry,
want to watch this
Mega
movie
Man's
anymore.
here.
But yeah, Mega Man plays exactly like he would in any of his games ever.
That's good to know.
It's ridiculous.
I was actually really curious how they were going to do that.
Like,
Ooh, does he get, like, a Kirby thing?
no.
That'd have been cool. Just, like,
No,
his
but
canon.
He does have power-ups that he gets and stuff like that. Like, I think it's random mid-battle. He gets regular power-ups and shit like that. It's weird. But, like, his A attack, like his regular A attack, whether it's right or left power attack, it doesn't matter, is him running while shooting. So you go straight up to the guy, and he's like freaking getting hit locked because he's Mega Man and he's hitting you from afar, and then you get a throw once you get close enough to him.
Nice.
So it's ridiculous. He plays just like in the regular Mega Man games. And then the B button is, of course, him charging up his gun. It's a lot of fun. They did a great job with all those games. And, of course, Link plays exactly the same as the past 4 games. So
Speaking of Mega Man, and since this is the first time I've been able to express this opinion on the internet, I am incredibly sad we never got a Mega Man Legends 3.
we're all a little bit sad for you.
But not as sad as I am.
I said sad for you.
I know, but you're still not as sad as I am about it.
Because nobody wants to be that sad.
Since this is just an audio broadcast, you can't see it, but he's actually crying real tears right now.
Yeah, what a poon.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, nobody can see us. We can make up whatever we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephanie's wearing a fox kigurumi right now. Stuff's getting crazy.
I'm 5'9", 186 pounds of pure muscle.
No, but I really am wearing a fox kigurumi.
Yeah.
I did almost start crying during that statement, so they're not too far off.
But I mean, you still have that game coming out.
Yes,
and it's coming out on every single platform too.
Project 9?
Project 9, yeah.
Yeah, so that almost makes up for it, but still the fact that it got as far as it did through development and then Sega just
washed it,
pulled the plug on it.
It's sad, but Project 9
Capcom, not Sega. Sorry.
It's going to be so good though. You've seen all the videos of it. That guy.
I even threw money at it when I was working.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Which means you get a copy of it right away.
Yes.
Yep.
I have no idea when that game's finally going to be finished, but I look forward to playing it.
I think the last update that I heard was March of next year.
Man, I'm so mad.
They pushed it up then, because last I heard it was supposed to be coming out in June.
I might be wrong.
So mad.
Why?
I'm all about the bass. About the bass. No travel.
Okay, so since I've never heard this song before and I want to punch him in the face, is that the correct response?
Yes.
Okay.
It's about, it's sung by, Lady Gaga and Freddie Prinze Jr.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's a completely different artist.
And Fergie's in there, too.
I already want nothing to do with this.
Are you making this up, Ellen?
I am.
Okay, good.
Because I have no idea.
Great job of it.
That was really good.
It sounded convincing, right?
Yeah.
All you had to say was Fergie had something to do with it.
She doesn't have anything to do with
So you
it.
guys didn't think it was weird that I said Freddie Prinze Jr. was part of the song?
Yeah, I did. But
No,
sometimes you believe things that are
That guy's...
wrong.
Nobody knows what that guy's been up to.
Speaking of Freddie Prinze Jr., he's doing a fantastic job as the Jedi Master in Rebels.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
he does
take
the
that back.
voice?
Apparently Jesse knows what Freddie Prinze Jr.'s been up to.
That was random. Wow, that was really random, Jesse.
It's not that fucking random. You were just talking about Freddie Prinze Jr.
Did you guys know that Freddie Prinze Jr. played EverQuest Online Adventures?
You said that again already. Nobody cares.
Anyways, tell us about Shadows of Mordor.
It's awesome.
I hate you so much sometimes,
I want to play
Alex.
Shadows of Mordor. So
Yeah,
bad.
Freddie Prinze Jr. plays Shadows of Mordor. That's why.
Shut up.
You're terrible at segues. Stop it.
Okay.
I don't know, I actually, if you go back and listen, this is better than good segues.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'd rather have Alex's segues than smooth transitions.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're driving down the road and you hear somebody trying to shift from first to second, and they shift from first into reverse, and then into third.
That's how I segue.
Anyways, I picked up Shadows of Mordor last week. I think looking at it, I'm 40% of the way through. Now, here's the thing with that. I don't know how far in the story I am because I have really bad ADD in open world games.
Yeah.
I did the first mission and then I just went and killed shit. And I've got...
No, that actually sounds about right. That's the way I've been seeing it.
I've got all the upgrades that I could possibly have short of going through the story. Yeah. And play. I think I've done 5 story missions.
Yikes.
And I've done nothing but go and really, really mess up the
orcs.
It's one of those things where I don't even have a name for myself in Middle Earth, but I've still have so many enemies.
No, I'm actually fairly far in the story now that I think about it. I just can't.
What do you get to be?
Talk about it. You're
Ring Wraith, right?
No, I can't talk about that because it's a huge spoiler.
Oh, did I just give it away?
No.
Okay.
I know what you are.
Disappointed.
I looked it up.
Yeah, no, don't give it away because I really want to pick up that game.
Yeah.
It's worth it. I'm just saying that. I haven't played it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, me
I
too.
have a couple of complaints. One is if you're going to use a similar free climbing parkour system to
Assassin's Creed,
just use their system.
Yeah.
Because there's been times that I've been trying to run away from things, and you have the whole, hug up on the corner and then lean around mechanic. Well, you'll do that instead of climbing things.
Mm-hmm.
That's gotten me killed twice. Let's see. Occasional graphics hiccups. No big deal.
Yeah, well, I mean...
The saving grace of this game is the combat system is fucking flawless.
Yeah, it's really good.
I would really like to see this combat system get reused, because if you have good timing, you can take on upwards of 30 orcs and not take a scratch.
Cool.
I think somebody said it was like the seamlessness of Fable combat combined with the
Batman Arkham.
Batman Arkham combat.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
It's awesome. Plus, the one thing that I can say I really like about this character is every game claims that their character will fight dirty. No, this guy makes everybody look like a pussy. Like, everybody said, he's kind of a shitty ripoff of the Assassin's Creed characters. No.
Does he like kick orcs in the balls or what?
There was one mid-combat execution I did on one of the captains where he runs up from about 10 feet off, kicks the dude in the nuts, and then cuts his head off while he's falling forward.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how you win.
The only way that could have been
That
better
is dirty fighting. Yeah.
is if he picked up the orc's head by the ponytail and then kicked it into the crowd of guys that were standing right next to me.
Do you,
I'm sure that was the animation they were going to use, but they realized, we can't do that.
Why? The game's already got an M rating.
Football hadn't been invented yet in that point in Middle Earth, so...
I'm just saying, for everybody, that claims, when our character's back is to the wall, he'll fight dirty, and you see him and he'll, occasionally go for the knees, or...
I've got some pocket sand!
Like an eye gouge. No, this guy, he fights dirty.
Yeah.
Like, just go look up some videos of the combat.
Oh, I've seen plenty of it, yeah.
Ooh,
I'm waiting. I'm
Is
waiting
it
to get the
only
game itself.
PlayStation?
No.
We can get it?
It's out on, I believe, Xbox and PlayStation.
And PC.
Even
And PC,
Xbox
yeah.
360, we could get it.
Yeah.
I want to play Borderlands.
The
I also
pre-sequel?
heard the pre-sequel's really good.
I've heard
Yeah.
good things about the pre-sequel.
I
That'll
think
be our
if we
next
pick up a
thing.
game, that'll be the next thing for sure.
The only other thing that I can say about Shadows of Mordor right now is it's currently sitting in my Game of the Year slot.
Oh, cool.
Damn.
Wow.
Due to the recent things that have been going on with Destiny has fallen to second place.
Yeah.
We can have
Nice.
another Destiny podcast.
There's no need. It will just be me yelling, "Why, Bungie? Why have you forsaken me?"
Yeah, there's some really, really sad things that they've done that I'm not very proud about.
I don't even know what's been going on recently, but it's just
Okay,
you know
so
what? I
here-
have to stop playing Destiny to do homework, and it's just like, usually I'm just like, man, I really wish I was playing Destiny right now, but I think about it, I'm just like, you know what? I don't care.
Let me fill you in.
Like,
on
I'm
what's
sorry,
happening.
but like, I don't...
Everybody keeps defending Bungie on everything, and
There's no defense for what they've done.
well, not only that,
anymore.
but the Bungie that we knew and loved is gone.
Yep.
They've either gone to work on with 343 Industries, they've retired, they've been fired, whatever. The Bungie we know and love doesn't exist anymore, because I've seen it on Twitter where Bungie employees have been openly mocking players for tweeting them with issues.
Oh,
This
wow.
is not the Bungie we know.
Oh, it's not.
Jeez.
So at this point, I'm pretty done defending what they're doing with this game. I'm still going to keep playing it, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, "No, guys, it's just a rough spot. We'll get through this."
No, they're purposefully making the game harder than it already was. Like, I get fixing bugs. I understand that. But when you fix bugs to the point that it, like... Okay, making somebody's health larger does not fix a bug. What it does is it makes the fight harder. A really hard fight harder. So don't freaking do that.
Well, the thing they did now is with the Atheon fight, it's not the 3 farthest away from the wall gets teleported. It's random 3.
Yeah.
Which they claim will add a new element of teamwork, and everybody has to learn every role. That's not how raids work.
No. Everybody has a role when you go into the raid in every single bit of it. That's the way it's worked. It's always that formula.
And the people that I've seen online have been defending this. My immediate question is, okay, how many years of MMOs have you played before? Well, none. That's why you're defending this, because you didn't ever have to learn a specific raid. You didn't ever have to learn a specific spot to stand in. You didn't have to learn,
But that's just
DPS rotations
How
or healing
to
rotations.
raid.
if if the raid was always like that in the beginning, cool.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I wouldn't be
But
complaining about it then.
it was set up a specific way, and it had a formula, and they messed with the formula just to make it harder. That doesn't make sense to me at all.
Well, I've heard that people will be like, all right, the first time I did the raid, it took me 10 hours.
It took
the
me
second
10 hours, yeah.
Like, and the more you do it, like, if you got the right group, you can do it in, like, an hour. Right?
Not
Yeah,
even
we did
the
it.
last group that I ran it with, we did it in 45 minutes, front to back.
Yeah, so why are you guys complaining about it getting harder?
Because this is an
once you get
unnecessary change.
Once you get a raid to farm status, that's the way it's supposed to be. Put out more content. Stop making the content you have more difficult.
Well, what are they going to do? They already have the dates spoken for when they're coming out.
Exactly.
So what are they going to do? Just, like, leave the game exactly the
They
same
have-
for
No,
3 months?
because what they used to do with World of Warcraft was in between big patches and big expansions, they'd release little shit.
Yeah, I
do-
mean,
and
like
that's
the
what they're
Iron
doing.
Banner
They
and
have the Iron Banner.
The
Put out
lady.
another Iron Banner thing. They're going to next week, by the way.
Yeah, they're fixing the Iron
We're
Banner.
so excited because you can get your level 30 gear from the Iron Banner
They're
now too.
they're redoing the Queen's Wrath.
Yep, they're going to do
I
Queen's
didn't
Wrath.
really care
again.
for that very much.
I loved it.
I liked it until you couldn't get shards from.
Yes, from breaking down the armor, I was like, "Oh, you bastard!"
I hate
At that
those
point,
emo
it
kids.
became pointless.
And that's just the thing. Like, they're making a lot of those side things pretty damn useless unless you're doing Crucible. Hurts my feelings a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really rated that much in the Vault of Glass, but I mean,
I've done it every week since week 2 of the game being
I can
up,
see
so-
making
Are you
it
level
harder.
30 yet?
No.
But then at the same time, there's so many people who are purposely like exploiting the flaws in the game to try to beat it.
Okay, that's the one thing I can say. Pushing Atheon off the edge
Yeah,
at the end,
fix that.
fix that by all means.
Yeah.
But don't
Like I said.
just make it artificially difficult because people breezed through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can understand that.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's
there's
just so many people have been taking advantage of that. It's just like, why did we make this for people just to cheat the system?
Like, there are...
because
there-
this is the internet. It is the internet's mission to find its way around anything in any way.
It's
that
not
you
the
can do
internet,
it.
it's gamers. Gamers will always find the
there's
easiest
always
way
an
out.
exploit
Yeah.
in every
Boss
single little thing.
number 2 in Dark Souls. You can have it charge you off the bridge, and as soon as I found that out, that's how I play that game. I could spend half an hour fighting that one boss, or I've done this a million times. I know how to get that thing to run off the bridge and win the battle like that.
You can
I'm
get that
always
thing
going
off
to take the
bridge.
easy way out.
I never knew that.
Oh.
I've been trying to fight it this whole time. Now I feel like a moron.
Because I get mad playing strikes when people just breeze through the thing. And I'm just like,
No, the thing that
are we going to
pisses me
fight
off-
anything? Or are we just going to sit here? You know what, fine, whatever. I'm going to sit here and farm. And I'll pick up a bunch of blue.
Nope, I'm in it for the hero. We
You know.
That's what one of those games is going to turn into. Like, that's why they have to have those sort of, like, buffers
Constant
against
updates.
those characters who are just like, okay, well, you have all these things you can do. There's an easy way to do it. Well, it's just like, screw you guys. Like, we want this to be a challenging game. We want this to be, like, something
No,
you guys have to do.
I understand making the game challenging, but there has to be a breaking point. Stop changing the things that you've already put out. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Quit it.
It's like, why
Yeah.
you're trying to
You're saying
reteach
add
this
more
dog
to
and
it.
tricks.
Keep adding to it.
Yeah,
No,
because
but they're not going to add to it. Like, we had this
They have
discussion
been,
about
they,
Destiny.
They even did it with Sepix Prime. They upped his health because people were getting through the strike. Just like, because you could take the icebreaker and be like, boom, 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 like 3 clips, game over. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you have to expect. Like, that's how they announced the game. Like,
no,
we're
that
gonna
makes
put
that
out the
unfair for new players. That's a level 8 strike.
Exactly.
And people are going through on level 29, 30, and you can't up the difficulty for higher level players because that alienates lower level players. Like, think about when Christmas rolls around.
Bungie's never made an MMO before, though. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think they've ever actually had to deal with these problems before. I think it's just like new for them. Like, they tried to
I
make an
haven't-
MMORPG.
I
Like, this is
personally
them, like,
have
going
not
through
had
the-
any issues running a low-level instance on a low level with low-level characters. I have not run into that ever. Their matchmaking is actually pretty damn good.
Until you hit max level, when you get people that'll go through the strike playlist and just AFK until the other 2 people beat it.
Yep. That bothers the hell out of
I
me.
have run into that the last 5 days in a row that I've been on. Every
man.
time there has been one person that will spawn in, and he'll move around just enough not to get kicked, because they have an AFK timer now. Yeah. So he'll, take a couple steps to the right, and a couple steps back.
And
to
there's
the
so
left.
many things they could be doing to fix this shit. Just being able to say, all right, boot this guy from the group, auto search, find somebody to come in, and that's a really simple algorithm. There's stuff the thing that bugged me the most is I started playing online with you guys, and it's just I can't change the level of sound in this game.
That is one of the biggest
me.
complaints that everybody has about the game, and that's another thing everybody's been bitching about
And
this
it's
week.
so little. It's such a little, easily fixable thing, and they just whatever. We made the sound. You guys are just gonna have to live with it.
Well, that's another thing everybody's been complaining about is, Bungie's taking the time to fuck with the Atheon fight, whereas people have legitimate complaints. This game doesn't have a colorblind mode.
Yeah.
This game, there's no volume for in-game sounds.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of other things that should have been with the game from ship, but here they are. Oh, well, shotguns are too powerful. We reduced the range by half. But we're not going to fuck with fusion rifles.
It did take a little while, but I do have to say that the game feels like it was completed and then they took things out of it.
I blame Activision for that.
Yeah, so do I.
This totally reeks of the Call of Duty. We're going to finish the game and then cut the last quarter of it off and then sell it back to you later.
Yeah.
Alright, there's also no outer space fighting, and there's no dune buggy races, and I'm really upset about that. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah. Sorry.
That all being said, I'm still going to keep playing the game.
Oh, yeah.
It's just...
I have the expansion pass. I have to play it.
Well, that's the thing, is... I feel like there's still potential for it to get better, and I'm just really frustrated with it right now.
I want to see it as a finished product. I can't wait to see this game as a finished product.
Yeah, this game has so much potential to be better than it currently is right now. I finally understand where my parents were coming from all through high school of, you can be doing better, why are you not doing better with this? I finally just got that feeling
And so that's why you're never playing video games again?
No. No,
What are you doing with your life, Josiah? Shut up.
No.
It's Prime.
I guess the way I can finally describe this is, Bungie, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, yeah.
So that was our
fuck out of that up. Yeah.
that was our negative Destiny part of the podcast.
That wasn't even expected. I don't know.
It was four straight weeks of us just talking about how great the game is, and now we're just
And then somebody says the word Destiny, and all of a sudden it's just.
I think the problem is now we're not playing with the new game goggles. We're finally seeing it for what it is.
It is, yeah.
It's like when you finally realize that the new car smell in your car is gone and it's been replaced with cigarettes and farts.
Yeah. Anyways, video games.
The soundtrack is really good, though.
Oh,
Yes,
the soundtrack is beautiful.
soundtrack is phenomenal.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
For when it's there.
I have been saying that since day one. This game has one of the best
unless it
soundtracks
gets
I've
cut
ever
out
heard.
by other sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean being returned to orbit?
Yeah. Anyways, TV still happening. It's the greatest part of this season for TV.
Yes, it is.
So many good TV shows. Still watching freaking Star Wars, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But you, Power Nerd's been watching Flash because I talked him into it.
It is so amazing. The way, and the best part is that they're setting it up the new 52 way.
Yep.
Where,
Yes, I watched the pilot, and that was the first thing I picked up on.
Yeah.
Was they're going with the new 52 Flash.
it is so dope.
So excited for the show, and this is big coming from me. I don't normally
You
like
need
DC.
to watch the other episodes. I was impaired, and it kept my attention the whole time. I was like, why am I going to turn this off right now?
Well, that's kind of how it
This is
was
so
when I
amazing.
watched The Flash. I was over to Buddy's house, and he's like, all right, I know you're not going to watch it on your own. Let's watch The Flash. And I sat there, and
I'm sorry, can we just do one really good one, and then we can continue to talk about what's the name of the show?
no, I'm going to blue ball you on this one. Anyways, we sat there and watched it. Kept my attention the entire way through. I was actually really impressed.
It's good.
With what was it?
Nothing.
Was it The Flash?
No.
Savior of the universe. Alright, that's all I wanted. You guys can keep going.
Lames. Just straight lames. But me and my other friends were actually talking about it, and they just really, like, we think the guy in the wheelchair is Professor Zoom. And then there's going to be Anti-Flash. It's going to be dope. It's going to be them on that treadmill going back in time and trying to keep his mom from dying. It's going to be great. I'm so excited for this show. Gotham, it's okay, but The Flash has definitely gotten all of my votes when it comes to any of the DC content right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only thing that I can say I was kind of mad about from the pilot was I'm going to have to go back and watch Arrow now, apparently.
Nah.
No, you don't. It was just kind of a...
No.
Just like, hey, he's here.
Yeah.
You kind of get where I'm going with this.
I hate that show.
If he's gonna be showing up, I gotta go watch the... I feel like I'm only getting part of...
I don't think he's going to show up that much. I mean...
Don't worry
Oliver
about
Queen has his own deal going on in Star City.
Okay, let me explain something. It's not so much that I hate the show, because I'm sure if I sat down and actually started watching the Arrow, if I actually sat down and started watching it, actually gave it the good 3-episode treatment like I give most TV shows, I would probably be hooked. Because that's the way CW shows are. If you actually sit down and you watch 3 episodes in succession, you're going to get hooked, because a lot of their writers are actually pretty damn good. I just don't like that writing style, and I know I'm going to get hooked, and I'm going to hate every single second of it. So that's why I don't do it.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know, that doesn't sound okay
Some
to
of
me.
the cheesy acting is what does it. I mean, even Vampire Diaries, I watched the most recent episode, and I didn't even watch it. I just was like,
cheesy
I was like, Ian Somerhalder? All right, now he's off. What, Ian Somerhalder? And then I just like, I don't even know what's going on in that show.
Ian Sommer off Thor.
No, just Ian Somerhalder.
Okay.
But yeah, I love the Green Arrow a lot. He's one of my favorite DC characters, but I just can't. I don't want to do that. I just don't. Ugh.
But it's so amazing.
Ugh. I'll watch The Flash, because
Flash
I'm already hooked on
The
that.
Flash is good. And it's Barry Allen. It's not Wally West.
Yep.
You know, which is the best part.
Yep.
You know, so and if you haven't really looked into it, definitely look into the New 52.
I downloaded a bunch of the New 52. I got CD display so I can read it.
Yeah. We'll see with the DC movie release. We're gonna get a Justice League of America movie, not a Justice League movie.
Wait, you mean you legally acquired those comics, right?
I downloaded them off of a respectable website. Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
For money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A legal American tender.
Yeah.
Well, they have really good apps on the phone for that, too. Like, the DC comic app actually has a lot of the New 52 stuff on there, too. So,
last I checked, the Marvel and DC apps are actually up to date.
Yeah, they're actually really good, too.
And they...
really high-res images.
The last I heard, they will be up to date, if not on, like, within 6 hours of release.
Yep.
I believe was what they said.
If
depending on where you live.
Still using, like, a razor, I totally would get in on that.
And, you know, believe it or not...
Yeah, how is it using your cell phone in the Stone Age, Alex? It still has buttons.
It's a Nokia. I could crush your skull with it.
Probably, actually.
But, yeah...
Does it still play Snake?
No, I wish. I mean...
Yo, I want to play Oregon Trail. I've been wanting to play Oregon Trail forever.
Why would you do that to yourself?
So one of the best things that makes me laugh every time I think about it is playing Oregon Trail like a boss.
Yes.
And playing Oregon Trail like a boss means I'm going to leave the East Coast with nothing but a hat and 18 grandfather clocks. And I'm making it to the promised land.
No. Hat, 18 grandfather clocks, 2 pounds of bacon. Can't leave the important shit behind.
Pimp.
Oh my god. So, yeah.
Speaking of new gen games.
Yeah. How about that snake? It's got squares. Anyway.
So many polygons. All of the pixels.
All them pixels. All them gray and slighter, less gray pixels. Anyways, that wasn't nearly as funny as I thought it was going to be.
It's alright. It'll probably be funnier in editing.
No, it won't.
We don't have editing.
We don't edit anything.
But if we did, we'd totally have that noise from Price is Right when you lose. Right after that joke. Yeah.
I love it.
And one of us should learn to edit this stuff so we can do that.
Hey, I learned how to put pictures of Aquaman in the background and put it on YouTube. I am an editing pro.
Yes.
Too bad we can't edit that part out.
Refusing to talk about Aquaman. Anyways, so other TV shows.
Wait,
Marvin the
Marvin's
Martian.
Marvin's the Martian.
Hold on. Are you refusing to talk about Aquaman because you are Aquaman?
I know not what you speak of.
Don't ask
Alright,
Jesse
that
about
answers
Aquaman.
that question.
But you've never seen him and Aquaman in the same room.
See, that's what I'm getting at.
This is really awkward. I actually have Aquaman scheduled to be on next week's podcast.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I'm not going to be able to make it.
So wait a minute. So there's going to be an emergency in Atlantis.
We're talking about Aquaman anyways.
Welcome to the Roll to Aquaman podcast, where we talk about Aquaman
Every
and,
week.
and Aquaman.
Every week, Aquaman happens.
But anyways, speaking of not DC,
Hey, you know the
Marvel.
good news about this is our listeners can now play a drinking game.
Yeah, every time Jesse says Aquaman, just drink. just drink.
You should probably be drinking when you listen to
Oh,
this anyways.
the Roll2Pose podcast just began. Drink.
Waterfall until the end.
Pretty much. That'll at least make this palatable. Anyways, Marvel, with the Agents of the Shields, and with the aliens from other places, and the Asgardians from
and Asgard, Coctoplanes,
yeah, all that shit. They've released some crazy stuff today. I am super stoked.
Was that just today?
Yeah,
I
it was
read
just
none
today.
of it, so I can fill in for the audience in person. Please continue.
All I got to say is all the black nerds in America are so excited for this Black Panther movie.
It's happening.
So much.
They finally confirmed Black Panther.
They even have the actor already. The actor's already signed for 5 movies.
It's in pre-production right now.
Who is it?
I'll grab his name.
I'll name off some of the other movies.
Chadwick.
Chadwick?
No,
Look it up.
Chadwick something.
Don't be wrong. Look it up. And
Don't be wrong. Chadwick Boseman.
okay, there you go. Chadwick
Nice.
Boseman. What other stuff was he in?
That's not a black guy name. Chadwick?
It's a black guy. Don't worry.
Is he British?
Okay. Right.
It's a British black. It's got to be a British black guy.
I was going to say that's a fairly British name.
But we've got
Falsely.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I'm so
That's
excited.
coming out next year.
Doctor Strange has always been one of my favorites. Because
Of course, Ultron is coming out next year.
my God,
there's nothing
yes.
better than being a mother effing sorcerer.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
he's pretty much, that is his superhero. He is a sorcerer.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
would still like to see the Doctor Strange and Dr. Orpheus crossover fight.
Yeah,
I'm putting all of my money on Dr. Orpheus.
No way, Doctor Strange has got that fight.
big time, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put $100 on it for Dr. Orpheus.
But
Alright, when
we've
it actually comes out, you owe me $100 because Doctor Strange is going to send him to the Netherworld.
Doctor Strange is coming out. Jeez. Then we've got the Black Panther, which is coming out the 2017, yeah. And then we've got the new Thor movie with Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Sweet.
So good.
Yeah, that's going to be really good. We have
The Inhumans.
the Inhumans are coming out.
Which I have no idea what that is.
It's another one of those like Guardians of the Galaxy type of comic book series where it has a really big following of those under the table kind of nerds.
Cult
Yeah,
classic.
this is I want to say almost better than Guardians of the Galaxy.
Can you make
getting
that
a movie.
noise he made?
Probably
now
not.
again.
Just put a note on this when you get on YouTube. Hit a certain button so you can hear me squeal.
And don't forget
It's gonna be
Captain
my
Marvel.
Text message.
Yeah, they're putting out a Captain Marvel movie in 2018, along with the second part of the two-part Avengers movie, which starts in 2017.
Infinity War.
The Infinity War.
Oh my god, which they also dropped a trailer for, just a small little snippet of the movie.
A little teaser.
A little teaser.
For Age of Ultron?
For, Infinity War.
Infinity Wars.
What?
Yeah.
To be fair, you'd kind of have to be like half retarded or a new fan not to see that.
That's the next step that we're going to be taking the Avengers.
Yeah.
Well, call me retarded.
No, we're not
And
calling you retarded.
I'm a new fan. That's one of the things I'm not proud of in life is I've been nerding out about a lot of things, but you guys have taught me a lot about like Marvel and DC and comic books. Like that's something new that I'm into.
Yeah.
Oh,
And learning these new things. Oh. Stephanie's got me beat. She shames me every night.
Shame. But
Like I have no idea who Captain Marvel is.
and you'll learn.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Again.
We'll learn you
Oh,
good.
honey.
We'll learn you good. Don't worry. Your
America,
girlfriend
Civil
is
War.
so disappointed.
No, okay. The reason I say oh honey is because I know more comics than he does, but we're driving home and I said the wrong thing. I was like, well, I wasn't done with my sentence and I said like, what did I say? I said something about Batman and the wrong universe and he's all, oh, honey, that's blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh, how dare you? And we got in a fight about it. Like, I went home and I was just like,
It was after we watched Guardians of the Galaxy, and you were saying something. It was just like we were talking about Marvel Universe stuff, and you were just like, "Yeah, it's just like when Batman." And you were about to say something about Batman to compare the two, but I thought you were talking about Batman being in the Marvel Galaxy. And I was just like,
he's like, oh, honey, that's the wrong. And I'm like,
honey.
I know that, you jerk. Like, oh man, it was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have really awful fights.
But yeah, speaking of Guardians of the
Terrible.
Galaxy,
She
of
hit
course
me.
they're making the sequel, and that's going to be coming out in 2017 as well. 2017 is pretty movie heavy. 2018, not so much. 2019 has one movie that they've figured out so far.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I heard about the Marvel
Oh yeah, and
movies-
another Captain America movie called Civil War.
Cool, I'm not seeing that one.
But what were you gonna say?
Civil War was shit.
Oh, the comic books. They weren't the greatest, but it's still going to be a good movie.
I think it's gonna get in because I think that's gonna be when Black Panther gets introduced.
Probably. Well, no.
That's what they've been saying.
End of Age of Ultron. I'll put money on that.
I'll put money on that.
Really?
Yep. They have to tease something.
In the
And
teaser,
then Howard
they
the Duck
showed
is coming out in 2020, so...
Oh yeah.
in the teaser for Age of Ultron, they showed that Captain America's shield was broken. So
Yeah, but then they talked about vibranium in the first Captain America movie, and that was it.
Well, okay. I get that. But he has to go find more vibranium now. So they have to introduce the character
They better.
somehow.
Black Power.
No, it's Black Panther. Oh, I see what you're doing. I'm sorry. So I have to disagree with what they're doing.
Oh, bringing
Yeah, I'm
the movie
sorry.
list
Just
out?
like bring the movie list out for the next 6
I agree.
years. That's so dumb to me. Like
I
Yeah.
think what's happening.
Are you kidding me? Okay, listen. Those are the big ones. Those are the ones that people are expecting to come out because Doctor Strange was something that they've been talking about for years.
okay.
People were expecting that movie to come out. Everybody was expecting a Black Panther movie to come out. Everybody, after the success of Guardians of the Galaxy, everybody knows that they're
There's
going
gonna
to
be a
milk the
second
shit
one.
out of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of these movies, you knew they were going to be coming.
Wait for the preview.
Everybody knew these movies were going to be coming. What makes you think that there aren't going to be other Marvel movies that they're not going to just bring out of the woodwork?
What I
Ant-Man.
think they're doing with that.
Ant-Man has to happen. It has to.
Yeah, and I want to see Planet Hulk.
I was actually reading up again
Agreed.
about Ultron. Doesn't Ant-Man have to do with Ultron?
Yes.
Yes.
Not necessarily.
He has the biggest to do with him.
Because
he
he
creates
created
Ultron.
off of Tony Stark's technology.
Depending on which universe you're going with, because again, this
Most
is just
constantly.
yes, most constantly, but not necessarily with what they're doing now.
Okay.
Because it looks like what they're doing.
Me. Yeah.
Stop that.
I'll get to that in a minute.
Make me crash.
When Ultron first shows up in the trailer and he crushes the drone's head, it had the big Stark logo on it.
Yeah, it was Jarvis.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't think they're going the whole Hank Pym. Well, they also said they're not doing Hank Pym as Ant-Man. It's
They have to do Pym as Ant-Man. He was the only Ant-Man.
No,
I thought he was.
There was two. I can't remember the character's name off the top of my head. I'm having the worst brain fart of all time, but there were two.
Well, I know
because
Pym
eventually
is
Hank
the one
Pym
that
moves on and becomes Yellow Jacket.
Yes.
And
well,
then,
he becomes a lot of different people. Of course, he's known as Ant-Man. And then he becomes Yellow Jacket with a different suit. He just keeps making different suits with different things. And one of
bugs.
Yeah, basically. And like one of them, he's like 3 times his regular size. And like a whole bunch of other things. Hank Pym was supposed to be like 6 different superheroes in one.
It's because he ended up becoming like a psychopath almost.
He was like a mad scientist.
Yeah, but I mean, he was still doing the right thing, except for he started doing it in a different way.
Yep.
The way I heard they're taking this is Hank Pym is going to be older in the movie universe. Like he was going to work with Howard Stark. Kind of older. And that's why the new guy is coming in as the new Ant-Man.
I don't know why they keep doing that kind of stuff. Like, I'm
That
not
kinda
mad
bothers
about
me.
it, but it kind of bothers me a little bit. I mean,
I'm over it already.
Black Panther better be T'Challa. I don't want T'Challa to be the daddy, and then they're passing on the torch to another Black Panther. Like, come on.
That would be lame.
They haven't really done anything with that in the movies, though. It's always been established characters or who they are.
Yeah.
So I don't think you've got anything to worry there.
I hope not. Marvel does a good job. DC, on the other hand, keeps changing shit up.
Let's just face it. We're gonna enjoy the movies when they come out anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
That's what it comes down to.
I just hope that, like, the end of the movies, after the credits, the surprises, just like, the next movie's gonna be this! Hopefully they have the in-between movies that we're talking about, and then there's those hints at the end of the Marvel movies, because that's what has made Marvel such...
What the one
I don't
thing?
know, that's not what has made it, but I mean, that's one of the things that you always look forward to in a Marvel
That's
movie.
true. That is
You're not
true.
going to be at the end of a movie and be like, oh, that's a hint for the next Avengers movie. Okay, yeah, we know that's coming out.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully they have those in-between, like, surprises.
What I'm worried about is the thing that they did with the last Spider-Man movie. And that was put a trailer for the new X-Men movie that was supposed to be coming out. That pissed me off to no belief.
They made a new Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, Spider-Man 2?
With not Tobey Maguire?
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah.
They're 10 times more amazing
They're
than the
so
Tobey
good.
Maguire
The
movies.
Amazing Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man movies. There are 2 of them.
Yes.
You don't watch them because it has the gargoyle in it and you hate her.
Yeah.
Which is terrible because she's a fantastic actor
Emma
and she's
Stone?
beautiful.
Yeah, it's Emma Stone.
No, she's just flying through the whole movie. The entire time, that's all I see.
No, she actually does a really good job as his first love interest. It was a great movie. We're
No,
not
I
going to
really
get
like the
into
first
the
one.
fight about whether she is beautiful or not, because she is.
No, I really like the first one. I just didn't even know there was a second movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
and at the end of the second movie,
Oh my god,
you
don't
sit
talk
through-
about it. It's
you
so
sit through-
sad.
you sit through all of the credits, but it's exactly what needed to happen.
I know.
You sit through all the credits and you're like, okay, let's see this preview for whatever.
Oh yeah,
it's
the
gonna be.
Wayans brothers is like the electric guy, right?
No, that's...
No, that's Jamie Foxx.
All black people look alike.
No,
That was
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie
No,
Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is one of the Wayans brothers.
No, he is
It? No, it's
not.
a theory I had.
They were on.
Oh my god.
We're not having
Stop
this
it.
theory.
Stop it. Your theory is broken. They are not brothers. They were just on the same TV show back in the 80s.
I would like to hear more about this theory later, though. I feel like
No.
it might go somewhere.
They're the Wayans brothers. They're all on the same show. That's them.
That would make Jim Carrey one of the Wayans
Yeah,
brothers.
exactly. Yeah. Jim Carrey is one of the Wayans brothers too.
No. Anyways, but
Flawed.
at the end of the Spider-Man movie, they did a freaking preview for Days of Future Past. Those are 2 completely different companies.
Weird.
Like, Sony makes the new freaking Spider-Man movies, like Sony Pictures, and then whoever it is,
Fox.
21st Century Fox, makes the X-Men movies, because they won't stop making those movies because they're assholes.
Actually, I don't know if you've seen Days of Future Past, but
I
it was actually
loved it.
really good.
I
It
loved
was.
Days of Future
Wasn't there
Past.
allusions to... Anyways, in the Age of Ultron trailer, wasn't there, like, the Silver Fox or something?
As long as
Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are going to be in the new Age of Ultron movie because they are very... they show up in the Avengers comic books more than any of the other X-Men do.
Which I actually got a pretty good kick out of that one because Quicksilver in
No,
Age
but
of Ultron
but they are
is
X-Men,
Kick-Ass,
right?
but in Days of Future Past, it was Kick-Ass's best friend playing him.
Yeah, it's two different actors in both movies because 21st Century Fox
Oh,
will not
you're
give up
right.
the rights to the X-Men movies.
But isn't it X-Men being in a Avengers universe movie?
Hmm?
Isn't that what you just said?
There are X-Men in the new movie, yes. In the Age of Ultron movie.
Well,
Is that a
not
foreshadowing towards...
officially.
It depends, because the thing I hate about comic books, but I love at the same time, is the multiple universes
Yeah.
and outcomes to different things. So there could be a setup to where Iron Man, because a lot of these guys don't want to make movies anymore. Like the guy who plays Captain America is doing like 3 more movies, and he's not doing anything else
Well,
with the character.
that's the same thing with God, what's his name?
Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
They practically had to beg him to come on to do the Avengers movie. Like that movie wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. So I mean, they may call what they do that I've seen is the Avengers Initiative, which I can see that leading up to.
Yeah.
Whereas Spider-Man is the new leader, then you have Luke Cage, Iron Fist, War Machine,
Falcon.
Falcon, and then you have who else?
Are you talking about like? Oh no, that's the other Avengers.
Yeah, and Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah, because they're like the Avengers B Squad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
I'd actually rather watch those movies.
Because the Avengers end up getting stopped by the time traveling guy.
Mm-hmm.
Kronos or something like that.
Kronos, yeah.
You think it'll go that route because of the actors
It
starting to
could,
get old?
because you get a whole new set of characters, you know what I mean?
It very well could.
And
but
their interaction in the comics versus the regular Avengers is so much better because they all hate each other for the most part.
Spider-Man and Wolverine's banter is amazing.
And Lord knows Hugh Jackman's going to be Wolverine until he's 80.
well,
He's going to be
It's-
old man Wolverine
if
one
if
day.
they do that, I just hope that the two companies can actually work together enough to make that work. Because obviously there are plenty of people out there that are going to think, why is this other guy playing Wolverine? Isn't Hugh Jackman Wolverine?
Yeah.
Because that won't work in another in
No.
another company. Obviously, 21st Century Fox isn't going to let Hugh Jackman play Wolverine for another company.
Yeah.
No.
That's
they
not
work
going
together.
to happen. Unless they're going to work together.
And they don't
In
do
which
that.
case, they'll have to pull Sony in as well to
They
get
might,
the same
if they
actor
make
for
enough
Spider-Man because he does a fantastic
Well,
job
they
as
don't
Peter
know.
Parker.
They don't even want to do him anymore, though. They don't want him to be Spider-Man.
That's unfortunate because he's great at
He
it.
is, but I think they're trying to go the Miles Morales way.
Oh.
So, I don't know.
That's
I would actually
unfortunate.
also like to see that version of Spider-Man as
too.
well.
I love
Right.
Peter Parker as Spider-Man.
So do I, but
I mean,
you know
think-
how they're
think
doing
about
things.
what they could
Like, we're
do with
having
that.
a black Human Torch, bro.
I know.
And I don't like that. And
I-
I'm black.
I know.
Wait, you're
I-
black? This is an audio podcast. I never knew.
No, I understand. I understand where everybody's coming from that, and I really, really hope that the Deadpool movie is really good. That's all I ask for.
Well, it's animated, so I don't think they can really ruin it.
It
it's
won't be.
3D animated.
Still animated.
It's gonna be great.
I hope so. I mean, the little 2-3 minute snippet that they gave out was hilarious.
It's gonna be so good.
I was like, this is great.
It's gonna be so
This is
good.
what
They got
it
the
should be.
perfect actor for it. I don't care.
Well, they
that's
ruined it.
that's the first time that I've
No,
had
Ryan Reynolds is still doing the voice for it.
What?
Yeah, I know. But
Okay.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. that it's
And he's
animated,
also
though.
going to do all the mocap and everything like that. So it's going to be great. And the one thing that I was wishing for was if they do start tying in all of the Marvel universe together, all I want is that Peter Parker and Deadpool banter. I just want it so bad because they're both too smart ass for each other. I love every single bit of that. I love Peter Parker smart assery.
What did you mean when you said that the movie's ruined?
Which movie?
Deadpool.
No, I didn't say it was
No.
ruined.
It started a sentence.
Yeah, you said that the movie's ruined now.
When they did the whole X-Men Origins thing. Like...
No, that's the one big reason, and I don't know if you... Have you guys seen Days of Future Past?
Yeah.
Yes.
At the end, when they go back and they say, hey, none of this ever happened.
Nope.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We understand our movie sucked and they never happened.
Clean slate.
Yeah,
That-
they did.
That does not fix the issue that they still screwed everything up.
Yes, it does. Because
No,
officially,
it fucking doesn't.
in universe, none of that ever happened.
In canon, they said, "We're sorry. This never happened."
When I'm fine with the apology. Now stop making movies.
No, because they can
Give
do
somebody
so
else the rights.
No way.
many good
They're
things.
finally getting on the right track. It took them 4 movies, but they're finally
But
getting there.
all the
Yeah,
other
Days of
universes
Future
do it
Past,
too.
An hour
Wait.
and a half long.
Spider-Mans are there.
An hour and a half long apology
Yeah, good
for the shit that they've done beforehand does not mean
Have-
they're on the right track.
Have you seen Days of Future Past?
No.
No, I have not.
Then do me a favor and watch the movie and stop bitching about it. And don't knock it till you rock it. I'm sorry, but
He's actually got a good point on this,
It's
dude.
so
you
good.
you
And
need
I
to
really
see it.
enjoyed First Class, too.
Yeah,
I
First
did
Class
too.
is
I
good.
love First Class.
You know, and I was like, all right, cool. They've righted the wrongs. History has been changed.
But it's already happened. How many Batmans are there? How many Spider-Mans are there? Like,
different
it just
universes, different
happens.
stories. Like they
Different
made up their own
universes,
story
different
for
stories.
X-Men, but they were just like, "We're sorry for doing that." Like
Yeah.
we might as
Well,
well.
okay,
they
but
can
in
start
my
over.
mind-
They might be
in
able
my
to start
mind-
over. They might be able to do X-Men right. Think about
They're-
it that way.
Well, then, in that case, great. Get a
Imagine
whole
Hugh
new cast and
Jackman
start
being
over.
the Wolverine that you want him to be.
Get a whole new cast and start over then.
I don't want a whole new cast.
I like Hugh Jackman. And
Yeah.
what's her face is Storm.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
They could find a way better Gambit, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of.
But see, I'm really excited because one, Apocalypse is one of my favorite villains.
And they need to bring
He
Jubilee
looks pretty
in.
cool too.
You know, and
I don't
I'm
care how
hoping
lame she is.
she's not lame. I actually like.
I love
Jubilee
Jubilee.
was awesome.
She
I
was
think
my
she's
favorite
dope.
when I was little.
Hot little Asian girl throwing fireworks. Who doesn't like that?
Anyone?
Chinese government.
It's like having stir.
Oh my god.
That's good.
Damn you,
She
Mulan.
wasted all of our fireworks.
Damn you, Mulan.
How could you miss? He was 5 feet in front of you.
Wow.
Well, now I know how the rest of my night's going to be spent.
Yep.
Let's get down to business.
To watch Mulan.
Yeah, by the way, if you start randomly breaking out into song in the raid, normally people start singing along with you. It's pretty fucking awesome.
It's great.
The best part is, and this is, I know, I'm sorry I took it back to Destiny, but this happened last week. I was running the raid and I started humming the song. Wasn't even singing, I was just humming it. And then 2 other people started singing and then we all joined in.
And then you finished the boss fight, right?
Yeah, we beat... we killed
you sang
Atheon at
Mulan.
the end of the song, yes.
You must be
Oh,
swift
nice.
as a coursing Vex, with all the strength of a
It's got to be my best rating
awoken deer.
other than getting my safety dance achievement from World of
Yeah.
Warcraft while listening to
To the
safety dance.
yeah.
That is still my crowning gaming achievement.
That was good.
Sorry.
Achievement unlocked.
Anyways, but yeah, back to it. We've been yelling about Marvel for a little while. There is one thing that I do want to talk about,
Is it the...
and it is Disney related.
Is it
Never mind.
Aquaman?
So that's totally not what I thought it was.
It's not
gonna
about Aquaman.
be. I was going to ask if it was about the lovingly rendered fancy penis that I drew on our board. Now I have to include a picture.
Which will
Suck it.
Which will be posted on the website later, of course.
Oh god.
The official mascot of Roll2Pose, the fancy penis.
Fancy Sloan.
The P in R2P stands for penis. Roll2Penis.
No, it does not.
Does now.
And it's out there now. It's
over.
Yeah, it's
Start the podcast over. It's been an hour and 24 minutes. We got to start over.
So Star Wars.
All right, everybody, take 2.
So Star Wars, obviously, lots of hype going on around that because Disney, when they first bought the rights, basically took the extended universe and said, yeah, that stuff doesn't matter. So all the video games and all that stuff up to the point of the 3rd or 6th movie release, all those books that came out in the 90s, all the video games that came out since just do not exist in the expanded universe for Star Wars anymore. This is something that we know now. But they have basically said that we're going to basically throw our own expanded universe into it. So I said, okay, sure, why not? Of course, the only thing in the expanded universe that does pertain to it is the Clone Wars, the animated series from a few years ago that they canceled. And
midway through season 6.
Yeah,
They didn't finish
Fuckers. Nope.
No, they didn't finish it, but they did. They did an all right job wrapping it up in season 5, and then they just added some stuff at the end.
No, had you seen where season 6, like the second half of season 6, and then what season 7 was supposed to go to? You'd be as mad as I am about
Well,
it.
I am extremely mad about it. Don't get me wrong. I am extremely mad about it. But Rebels is really good, and it's very promising. I'm enjoying the show immensely.
So am I, but it's still one of those knowing what we could have had, and this is kind of their apology. It still doesn't hold up as well as I think it could have been.
You're hurt. I understand. It's okay. You'll get over it one day.
No, I
That
won't.
one feeling.
I'm holding on to this for the rest of time.
Stop being a
He's
prune.
being a woman.
So basically, shut up.
Aquaman.
Shut up.
Man.
So what I'm trying to get to with the Star Wars talk, bunch of haters.
Do you guys know that Aquaman's going to be a DLC playable character in Destiny?
How much? I will pay any amount of money.
So much glimmer.
I will pay all of the glimmer.
So much glimmer. I'm sorry.
Fucker's done now?
Maybe.
Okay.
Aquaman.
So,
They
basic...
say love, it is a flower.
Alright, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Roll2Pose podcast. Everything has been great. Thanks for listening. Does anybody have any last things to say or anything like that?
Well, we had things we did want to talk about. Star Wars, we want to talk about books, we want to talk about soundtracks and stuff like
Star
that.
Wars then.
But we're up to the hour and a half mark.
Yeah, we're already there. I just wanted to squeeze one little last thing in there. But
No, I'm
everybody's
sorry.
being
Do it.
dicks.
I'll stop being a dick. Go.
No, I've already made up my mind. I'm not talking about it now. I'll wait
Star
until next
Wars.
week. Besides, I need to finish the book anyways. So, we'll talk about it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can promise everybody I'll have a full review of Shadows of Mordor by next podcast.
Cool. We'll probably talk about the newest
Legends
season of
of
Legends of
Korra.
Korra as well. Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, catch up. I'm dying on the inside because I can't talk to anybody about it.
Aquaman.
We'll be talking
Yes,
about
there will be
Aquaman.
more Aquaman.
I'm trying to make this a drinking game, so I'm gonna just start tossing that shit out there.
I'm pretty sure it has to be every time I mention Aquaman.
Oh, that's lame.
I'm just saying, I'm the one that does it.
Well, I'm gonna keep throwing it out there.
Alright, go ahead.
Aquaman.
Alright. So, thanks again for listening. We're going to be back in about 2 weeks to talk about some other nerdy stuff, because that's what we do. Excuse me, I had to burp. So, anybody have anything else that they need to say or anything like that? Anything they want to plug?
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween is just around the corner.
Halloween.
Well,
I'm
Yeah,
wearing
this
a
is weekend.
kigurumi right now that Jesse has given to me, discounted 50% off. It still smells
more than 50%.
It still smells like him, and it's awesome.
Aww.
That's the sweetest and creepiest thing you've ever said about one of my best friends.
That's all I'm
Pretty
saying.
creepy.
Yeah, well, I don't see how you like that. That's weird. Anyways,
Halloween's coming up. Anything else cool happening in the next 2 weeks?
Wait, first just sound off. What are you being for Halloween? Go.
I'm being a red.
No idea yet.
You no idea yet. I'm gonna be a red panda.
That's cute.
I'm gonna be a salty old seaman.
I'm
Again?
going to be his mermaid.
Hey.
Hi.
The mermaid that he caught. Go, D.
I'm gonna be a black guy.
No, we had this discussion earlier.
Not
you
again.
You can't dress up for Halloween something that you already are. Just
He
like,
wasn't here for that though.
Well,
because
then
wait,
he's
so
gonna
let
be a
me
black guy.
let me explain the joke. Just like Josiah can't dress like a lonely man who masturbates constantly with his own tears. That's what he wanted to be for Halloween this year, but I was like, no, you can't be something you already are.
Tears
I'm gonna
make the
be
best
Trayvon
lube.
Martin then. I'm gonna carry around Skittles.
They get
I'll
you
be-
little weights. with
Okay, I'll be a
Skittles.
mama.
Wow.
There's power pills.
That was an extremely bad taste.
Please do that. Just get a Skittles
Oh my
thing.
god.
Well, I was going to be a black man for Halloween, but everyone got all mad about it.
You're not allowed to do blackface.
Okay, what is blackface? What the...
How do you not know what blackface is?
don't
Did they
know.
not tell you this in American history?
I wanted to be...
They don't teach it in Native American
I wanted
history.
to be Neil deGrasse Tyson because I love him so much. He's
Then-
one of my heroes.
Well,
told her
then
she
be
can't do
Neil deGrasse
blackface.
Tyson without
Alright.
painting your face black.
Roll credits.
This episode brought to you by
Nothing. We don't
Aquaman.
have we don't have sponsors.
fish scales mixed with
Milk.
barnacles.
And a lovingly rendered dick wearing a top hat.
Aquaman.
And Aquaman. What else? What else are we sponsored by? My parents' basements.
Thank you, Kay and Wayne.
All right, everybody. So thanks again for listening. You have a great night, and you keep on rolling.